Hey guys, welcome back to the Second Time Lucky Mining channel. In today's quick video, we are going to have a look at all of the mistakes that I made in the bear market. Now, nobody likes to admit when they're wrong, but I do think it is a worthwhile exercise to look back at decisions that you've made in the bear market and evaluate them in terms of strategic decisions, purchasing decisions, whatever decisions that I've made, to assess if those were good decisions in the bear market now that the bear market is done. Now, I absolutely think the bear market is over. Bitcoin basically has tripled since its low. It's been on an uptrend. It's past all-time highs and it hasn't even halved yet. So it's actually been a crazy couple of weeks with the ETFs and the pumping. I do think that we are going to get some dumps or corrections or however you want to look at it, but at least I am feeling confident that we are in a bull market. It's a good time to evaluate some of the decisions that I've made and assess what were the bad decisions. I'll obviously have a look at the better ones potentially later in the bull run to sort of see how good were they really, but there's absolutely a couple that I can say in the bear market these were bad decisions, and I'd like to use that as a learning opportunity. Again, if you've made mistakes, please leave them in the comment, or you think I've made some other mistakes that I'm not going to mention today, but let me know in the comments. Again, this is not a name and shame. This is just a learning experience that I'm going to take forward into the next bear market and make some changes. Now, we are going to have a look at my bad decisions or my learning opportunities, maybe that's a different way of looking at it, that I've made over the bear run. Now, we are going to have a look in three categories. First off, the strategic bad moves that I've made. So that's the first one. The second one, the bad stuff that I bought that I probably shouldn't have bought and I should have spent my money differently. And the other one is just dumb mistakes that has cost me money. So that is physically me doing newbie things that actually cost me money. Yes, there's probably a lot more bad decisions, and again, if there's something specific that I've missed out or that you've seen on the channel or that you've seen me do that you say, oh, this is absolutely crazy, why did you do that? Please leave a comment in the description and remind me of some of the dumb stuff that I've made. But these are the three categories that we are going to look at, and primarily I'm looking at the things that I have lost potentially the most money in or lost opportunity to make money. So that's really the big items that I'm going to have a look at. Now, looking at strategic decisions that I've blundered is the first one, and probably the most expensive one or missed opportunity, is spec mining. At the start of the bear run, I made a decision that I don't want to be chasing all these different new coins, the fork of this, the fork of that, setting up wallets, putting them in VLANs and hoping that they're not a rug pull. So I made a decision not to be chasing all of these different spec coins and just wanted to focus on the coins that I believe in, that had a track record and stuff that I understood. So that's the decision that I've made. Hindsight, that was a bad decision. I've missed absolutely great opportunities. The biggest one that comes to mind is Casper, but there was a lot of gains in a lot of different coins. So that's something that I'm absolutely going to do differently in the next bear run. Again, you know, I don't think my decision is that bad, but I've left a lot of money on the table where I just didn't touch it for the longest time. So that's definitely something that I will do differently. Maybe dedicating only one rig and looking at mining spec coins at least for a week at a time. So that's definitely something that I have done wrong, or at least I consider that it was a missed opportunity that I could have done a lot better in. Now, the next item on the list is bad purchasing decisions that I've made. Now, there's three items that I've bought that I absolutely regret. The first one being the Octa server, or the proof of useful work Octa server, or however you want to do it. I did a video on the channel reviewing it, but that, at least in my opinion, is a bad decision that I've made. Why do I say that? The product is actually great, so there's nothing with the product or the build quality. It worked when I got it, but for what it is and the amount of money that I spent on it, that is not something that I would recommend necessarily to anybody, but at least in my situation, it just doesn't work for me. That product is way too noisy. It doesn't have the lane configuration, uses old CPU. There's a lot of other things that you can do with the same amount of money that gets you further. So that, at least in my opinion, is a total waste of money. Subsequently, I have sold the unit, so I've sold it to another miner. I took a massive haircut on that item. I probably lost, it was basically brand new. I probably didn't have it running for more than a day. So it's basically brand new when I sold it, and I probably sold it for 40% of what I paid for it. So definitely a bad money decision there. Now, next bad buying decision that I made is a graphics card, or a couple of graphics cards that I bought that basically turned out, at least from a mining perspective where we are now, is basically a dud. So even though I bought them brand new when they came out, I knew that it's going to be a little bit fickle, but I didn't think it would take that long. And subsequently, the amount of money that I've spent on it, it's just been sitting idle and it hasn't been used. Now, that specific item is the new 7000 series from AMD. So it's basically this GPU here. This specific one here is the 7900 XT. I've got just underneath here a 7900 XTX as well, that I consider more of a gaming GPU, but these 7000 series AMD GPUs, at least in my opinion, has been a waste of money. Now, I was super excited, and if you go back to AMD's history a long time, and if I go way back, so let's say the RX 290, 390, the RX 580, probably the biggest goat of all time in terms of mining, was fantastic. If we look at the Vega GPUs when they came out, they were great on Monero, so you made a lot of money with that. If you looked at the 5700 XT when that came out, in terms of Ethereum mining, it was great value for money. If you had a look at the Radeon 7, again, another mining beast. And then if you look at the 6000 series, again in the Ethereum era, and even today still, they are fantastic mining GPUs. So looking back at that, you can see that all of these AMD GPUs has a great track record of being fantastic mining cards. And again, if you're new to the channel, you probably realize by now I'm a bit of a fan of AMD. I just think you get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of mining cards. But this card hasn't lived up to the same reputation. Now, again, it's probably not the card's fault that much, but when they were released in the bear market, the support for iOS, the support to get the mining, and the efficiency is just not there. You know, I'll be honest, and I'll be the first to admit, I was hoping for a lot more, and even though it's more than a year after launch, they are almost within this year probably getting to release a new 8000 series, and still the 7000 series is just not the best. Again, getting them working, MMPOS, probably your best bet. Yes, you can get them in HiveOS. At least now you can get them there, but getting them to mine efficiently, or getting them to mine at all, not crashing your rig, that is just impossible to do. Or at least that has been my experience with these new 7000 series cards. Now, the last thing in terms of purchases that at least I think I've made a bad decision, or potentially could have done a little bit differently, is the amount of GPUs that I bought locally. Now, again, if you're new to the channel or you don't follow me on Twitter, I do a lot of my buying of GPUs on the second-hand market, Facebook Marketplace. I absolutely love getting a good deal on Facebook Marketplace, and the bear market was no different. I picked up a lot of GPUs. I've more than doubled my mining farm at the start of the bear run, so I did buy a lot of second-hand GPUs sort of everywhere. I think I did buy too many GPUs at the end of the day. And again, that's not necessarily a super bad thing, but what has meant is I missed opportunities in terms of ASICs. So that's where I think I should have done things slightly different. And again, looking back now at the bear market, ASIC profitability was way better compared to GPUs, at least at my power rate. So I do think, you know, I spent too much money buying secondhand GPUs, where maybe if I did a 50-50 approach, so probably spent half the money buying GPUs, but at least bought one ASIC, that would help a lot with my profitability in the bear market. Which ASIC, I can't remember now, all of the ones that has been profitable, but at least there was a lot of them that were profitable and ROI. Again, great example of that is these Casper miners. If you got them on release, all of them ROI'd pretty much if you got the first batch. So again, that's just something that I'm going to take into the bear market next time around, is at least diversifying a little bit more and at least getting one ASIC to take me through the bear market. Now, lastly, looking at the dumb stuff that I've done that cost me a lot of money, and probably the one that annoys me the most, why is, hell man, I know better. I should double check these things. It's a mistake that I have made that a lot of newbies make, and I don't consider myself a newbie anymore. I've been doing this for a long time, but it shows that if you don't double check things, you can still make the mistake. Now, what I'm referring to is losing money sending stuff to the incorrect wallet address. So this is, at least in my opinion, a common mistake a lot of people make, and the fact that I've made it, knowing that you can make these type of mistakes and I should double check it, is what really annoys the living shit out of me. So anyway, so what it is, and again, it's a reminder for everyone, is when you are buying or moving stable coins around, just double check, triple check, quadruple check the network that you're using when you're sending something to something else. A stable coin, let's say from Ethereum network to the Binance Smart Chain network to the Tether network. So what happened, at least in my case, I bought some stable coin to pay for some stuff on the exchange, and I wanted to send it to my wallet. I wanted to send it in my Binance Smart Chain wallet. The exchange, even though they support sending it to Binance Smart Chain, USDT, unfortunately, they have a default option, which is on Ethereum. I did specify that I wanted to use the Binance Smart Chain. I took too long to do the 2FA, 3FA, everything FA pins. It then reset back to the default. When I clicked the button, it did send me a confirmation email, which I didn't even look at. I just hit confirm because I didn't even see that it swapped back to Ethereum, and basically I sent USDT to Ethereum wallet. That's basically the address of my Binance Smart Chain wallet that is just lost. So that was $8,000 that is wasted forever. I still have the address, I can look at it. I cannot retrieve that fund. So there's no reversal in crypto. It's just that money is just down the drain. So that's something that annoyed, again, the living shit out of me. It's a mistake that I've made. It's something that I hope you guys learn out of it. You don't make that mistake. I'm sure there will be lots of people that has made that mistake. I'm not alone there. Hopefully I don't do that in the future. But yes, that's definitely a mistake that I'm going to avoid in the future. But that's all the mistakes for this video, guys. If you've liked the video, please like the video and maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. If you didn't like the video or you think I've made more mistakes, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll catch you at the next one. Cheers.